Aren't you tired of the relentless chase for perfection and feeling like no matter what you achieve, it's never enough? What if I told you that the answer to a truly fulfilling life doesn't lie in achieving more, but in embracing the beautifully imperfect you? This is exactly what Brené Brown shows me and you how to do it in her transformative book, The Gifts of Imperfection. Stay tuned as we dive deep into her guide to being enough and how you can start living wholeheartedly today, literally. Welcome back to Keynote Knowledge, where we bring the wisdom of self-help and productivity giants right to your screen. In today's video, we're unpacking Brené Brown's groundbreaking work, The Gifts of Imperfection. Known for her compelling research on vulnerability, shame, and worthiness, the author invites us on a journey to discover the power of wholehearted living, embracing who we are, flaws, and all. From tackling the myths of worthiness to building resilience against shame, we'll explore Brown's 4 pillars of accepting yourself, the significance of courage, compassion, and connection, and how to truly feel worthy. Whether you're struggling with self-esteem, searching for authentic connections, or seeking to overcome perfectionism, this guide is your roadmap to a life of deeper happiness and fulfillment. Let's dive into this practical and research-backed guide to being enough and unlock the door to living a more fulfilled and authentic life. You know, if I could summarize this book in a sentence, it would be Brené Brown's Guide to Being Enough. In The Gifts of Imperfection, Brené Brown dives into wholehearted living, basically feeling good about who you are, warts and all. She's spent years looking into why we often feel like we're not enough, tackling shame, vulnerability, and self-esteem. This guide kicks off by breaking down what it means to truly feel worthy and how to get there. But what's worthiness? Anyway, put simply, worthiness means believing you're good enough just as you are. You don't need to check off any boxes like paying off debt or getting a degree to earn it. Brown lays out 4 big ideas. 1. Accept yourself. Stop waiting to be good enough and believe you're worthy right now. 2. Forget fitting in. You're worthy no matter if you match societal standards or not. 3. Your worth isn't work-based. It's about who you are, not what you achieve. 4. You deserve love. Real love and belonging. Start with feeling worthy. How do you start feeling more worthy, according to Brown? Embrace courage, compassion, and connection. Courage. It's about being real with your feelings and experiences, not saving the day in heroic feats. Compassion. Be kind to yourself and others. It's about understanding pain, not fixing it. Connection. Create real, deep relationships. It's about being open and honest, not just small talk. That was chapters 1 and 2, and now for chapter 3, beating shame for self-worth. In this part, we dive into shame, the big roadblock to feeling worthy. The author has spent a lot of time studying shame, defining it as the fear of not being lovable because we're not enough. But here's the thing, we all feel shame. It's part of being human, shame versus worthiness. Shame messes with worthiness big time. It's all about fear, self-dislike, and feeling inadequate. If you're stuck in shame, feeling worthy is pretty much a no-go. Shame makes you want to hide the real you, especially your mistakes and flaws, which stops worthiness in its tracks. So how do we tackle shame? Brown suggests building shame resilience, meaning recognizing shame and getting past it without letting it trash your self-worth. Although she talks a lot about what shame resilience looks like, she doesn't lay out a step-by-step guide for getting there. So, based on what she says, here are 4 steps to beef up your shame resilience. 1. Spot your shame. Get to know how shame shows up for you. Maybe it's a racing heart or negative self-talk like, I'm not enough. 2. Find the source. Often shame comes from not meeting some standard like looks or success. Ask yourself if these standards are really fair or just too harsh. 3. Talk it out. Keeping shame secret only gives it more power. Sharing your shame with someone you trust can really lighten the load. 4. Skip the shame spiral. We often react to shame in unhelpful ways, like pulling back from others or putting others down. Try to avoid these traps. Your Shame Resilience Toolkit. Reflect on a recent shame moment. What was it about? What kicked it off? Did you notice any physical signs or negative thoughts? Digging into where that shame came from can help. Maybe it's pressure from society, someone close, or your own inner critic. Talking about your shame can be a game changer. Is there someone safe you can share with? What would you tell them? Opening up about shame is a powerful step toward beating it and feeling genuinely worthy. Chapters 4, 8, and 9 are about embracing your true self. Let's explore them. After understanding what worthiness is, let's dive into Brené's advice on how to live with your whole heart, focusing on being real, ditching comparisons, and trusting your gut. Just be you. The author champions authenticity. It's about being brave enough to show your true self, including the parts you're not so proud of. But this isn't always easy. 2 big fears get in the way. 1. Fear of losing connections. Being real might lead to pushback from those close to you. Brown acknowledges this risk but argues that the cost of faking it is much higher, possibly leading to anxiety, depression, and a hit to your self-esteem. 2. Fear of not fitting in. Society has its norms, and standing out can be scary, but conforming at the cost of your authenticity chips away at your sense of worth. Stop comparing. She also advises against comparing yourself to others. This habit is damaging because it focuses on beating others or meeting certain standards, not on appreciating your unique self. Although some argue comparison can motivate improvement, Brown emphasizes its negative impact on self-worth and relationships. The book states that using creativity to combat comparison, engaging in any creative activity, highlights your uniqueness and fights the urge to measure yourself against others. Trust your gut. Lastly, Brown highlights the importance of intuition. It's about trusting your instincts based on your experiences. Many doubt their gut feelings due to a fear of uncertainty. She proposes faith, not necessarily religious, as a way to overcome this, suggesting that embracing the unknown can help you trust your intuition more. However, intuition isn't foolproof. Under stress or due to biases, snap judgments can be off. Malcolm Gladwell points out that understanding and challenging our biases can improve our intuition's accuracy. In short, Brown's Guide to Wholehearted Living urges you to be yourself boldly. Let go of unhealthy comparisons, embrace your creativity, and trust your instincts, all while being mindful of the fears and biases that might hold you back. Chapters 5, 6, and 11 are all about building inner strength for wholehearted living. Let's see how strong you can become. In these chapters, the author shares tactics to counteract negative mental habits and foster positive ones, enhancing our sense of self-worth and enabling us to live more fully. Here's a simplified take on her strategies. Fight perfectionism. Perfectionism isn't about being your best. It's about fear of judgment and trying to appear flawless to gain approval. This mindset is harmful because it's based on impossible standards, leading to self-criticism and diminished self-worth. Overcoming it involves self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself, accepting imperfections rather than hiding them. Acknowledge that feeling vulnerable to shame is universal, reducing the power of perfectionism. Build resilience. Resilience helps us navigate life's challenges without losing faith in ourselves. Brown suggests, cultivate hope. View hope as a mindset of setting goals, believing in yourself, and persisting through obstacles. Question: societal messages. Critically evaluate the unrealistic expectations from media and society that undermine resilience. Embrace emotions. Rather than numbing feelings, allow yourself to fully experience and process them. Find spirituality. Connecting to a larger purpose or community can bolster resilience through tough times. Practice stillness and calm. Anxiety doesn't have to control us. Brown proposes reducing its impact through stillness. Allocate time for quiet reflection, meditation, or prayer, facing uncomfortable thoughts directly. Calm. Prevent immediate emotional reactions by pausing to breathe and think before responding, promoting a more measured and less stressful interaction. These strategies aren't just quick fixes, but practices to weave into daily life, challenging as they may be. My favorites, chapters 7, 10, 12, and 13, are about happiness, joy, and beyond. Let's dive. In these final chapters, Brené Brown wraps up her wholehearted living guide with strategies centered around fostering happiness and joy through meaningful work, rest and play, gratitude, and the simple joys of laughing, singing, and dancing. Here's a streamlined look at these life-enhancing practices. Embrace meaningful work. Finding work that aligns with your talents and passions isn't just about career satisfaction. It's a cornerstone of happiness. Yet self-doubt often blocks us from pursuing work that feels truly meaningful. Overcome this by acknowledging doubts and then actively challenging them. Remember, meaningful work isn't limited to paid jobs. Hobbies, volunteering, or caregiving are equally valuable. Prioritize rest and play. Despite societal pressures to always be productive, rest and play are essential for a balanced, joyful life. Rest refreshes us, while play fosters creativity, empathy, and social skills. Challenge the notion that you must always be doing something useful and allow yourself time to simply be. Gratitude turns what we have into enough, breeding deep joy rather than fleeting happiness. It involves recognizing and appreciating the good in our lives, big or small. Incorporating a simple daily gratitude practice can transform your outlook, inviting more joy into your life. Laugh, sing, dance. These expressions of joy and freedom can lift spirits, strengthen bonds, and combat stress. Don't let fear of judgment hold you back. Embrace moments of laughter, song, and dance to enrich your life with happiness and connection. Overcoming barriers. Meaningful work. Tackle self-doubt head-on. Write down your fears and systematically address them. Rest and play. Reject the productivity trap. Recognize the value in doing things just for the joy they bring, not for any productive outcome. Gratitude. Face the fear of loss that can accompany joy. Acknowledge that avoiding joy doesn't protect you from pain, but rather deprives you of it. Expression. Challenge self-consciousness by reminding yourself that people's opinions are not as important as your happiness. Laugh, sing, and dance like nobody's watching, because they probably aren't. And there you have it, a comprehensive and hopefully practical summary of Brené Brown's The Gifts of Imperfection. Through embracing our vulnerabilities, cultivating compassion, and connecting deeply with others, we can live more joyfully and authentically. Remember, worthiness isn't something you earn, it's something you embrace. Start small, acknowledge your imperfections, share your story with someone you trust, and allow yourself to feel connected and loved for who you truly are. It's a journey, not a destination, and every step towards embracing your true self is a step towards a more wholehearted life. If you found value in today's video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more insightful summaries and tips from the world's best self-help and productivity experts. Have you tried implementing Brené Brown's strategies in your life? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Until next time, keep striving for progress over perfection, and remember, you are enough, just as you are. See you in the next video.